What if the entire universe existed within a single grain of sand? This mind-bending concept isn't just a flight of fancy, but a glimpse into the profound wisdom of ancient Hindu philosophy. Welcome to the world of the Upanishads, where the boundaries between the infinite and the finite blur, revealing the hidden nature of reality itself. The Upanishads are a collection of philosophical texts that form the theoretical foundation of Hindu spirituality. Composed over 2,500 years ago, these sacred scriptures contain some of the most profound insights into the nature of existence, consciousness, and the universe. At their core lies a revolutionary idea, the relationship between the bounded and the boundless, the finite and the infinite. Imagine you're standing on a vast, endless ocean. The water stretches as far as the eye can see in every direction. This ocean represents Brahman, the ultimate reality, infinite and all-encompassing. Now scoop up a handful of water. This handful represents you, me, and everything we perceive in our finite world. The Upanishads teach us that just as the water in your hand is identical to the water in the ocean, our individual consciousness is, in essence, the same as the infinite consciousness of Brahman. This concept is encapsulated in one of the most famous Upanishadic statements, Tat Tvam Asi, or that thou art. It means that your true self, your innermost essence, is one with the ultimate reality of the universe. It's a profound declaration of unity, suggesting that the divine is not something external or separate from us, but the very core of our being. But how can we, limited beings, comprehend the infinite? The Upanishads offer us a beautiful analogy. Picture a pot made of clay. The pot has a distinct shape, size, and purpose. It's finite and bounded, but what is it made of? Clay. The clay exists before the pot, gives the pot its form, and remains after the pot is broken. In this analogy, the clay represents Brahman, the infinite reality, while the pot represents all finite forms and beings in the universe. This brings us to another key teaching of the Upanishads, the concept of Maya, or illusion. Maya is what makes us perceive the world as separate, distinct entities rather than as manifestations of the same underlying reality. It's like watching a movie and getting so engrossed that you forget you're looking at a flat screen. The characters and events seem real and separate, but they're all projections of the same light source. The Upanishads don't just present these ideas as abstract philosophy. They bring them to life through dialogues and stories. One of the most famous is the conversation between the sage Uddalaka and his son Svetaketu. Uddalaka asks his son to bring him a fruit from a nearby banyan tree. He then asks Svetaketu to break it open. "What do you see inside?" Uddalaka asks. "Tiny seeds, father," Svetaketu replies. "Break one of the seeds open. What do you see now?" "Nothing, father." Uddalaka then delivers the profound lesson. "My son, that subtle essence which you do not perceive there, in that very essence stands the being of the huge banyan tree. In that which is the subtle essence, all that exists has its self. That is the true, that is the self, and you, Svetaketu, are that." This story beautifully illustrates how the infinite can exist within the finite, how the boundless can be found within the bounded. Just as the entire potential of a massive banyan tree exists within its tiny, seemingly empty seed, the infinite Brahman exists within each of us. But the Upanishads don't stop at mere philosophy. They offer practical wisdom for living in light of this profound truth. If we are all manifestations of the same infinite reality, then the barriers between us are illusory. This realization naturally leads to compassion, unity, and a sense of interconnectedness with all beings. Moreover, understanding our true nature as infinite consciousness can free us from the limitations and fears that come with identifying solely with our finite bodies and minds. It's like a wave realizing it's not just a temporary form, but the entire ocean itself. This shift in perspective can bring about a profound sense of peace and fearlessness. The Upanishads also teach us about the nature of happiness. They argue that true, lasting happiness cannot come from finite, external sources. Instead, it arises from recognizing our infinite nature. It's like a thirsty person in a desert who discovers an oasis within themselves, an infinite wellspring of joy and fulfillment. However, the Upanishads acknowledge that this is not an easy truth to grasp or live by. Our senses and minds are naturally drawn to the finite world of forms and differences. That's why the texts emphasize the importance of spiritual practices like meditation, self-inquiry, and devotion. These practices are designed to peel away the layers of illusion and help us experience our true, infinite nature. One of the most powerful methods the Upanishads prescribe is the practice of neti, or not this, not this. It involves systematically negating all that is finite and changeable to arrive at what is infinite and unchanging. It's like peeling an onion layer by layer until you reach the core, or in this case, until you realize that you are the core itself. The relationship between the infinite and the finite as described in the Upanishads has profound implications for how we understand life, death, and the nature of reality. If our true self is infinite and eternal, then death loses its sting. The Upanishads compare it to a river merging with the ocean, not an end, but a return to our true, boundless nature. Moreover, this philosophy offers a unique perspective on the meaning of life. Instead of seeing life as a journey from birth to death, the Upanishads present it as an opportunity for self-realization, for the finite to recognize its infinite nature. It's like a game of cosmic hide-and-seek, where the infinite plays at being finite, only to rediscover its true self. As we conclude our exploration of this profound teaching, let's return to our initial question. What if the entire universe existed within a single grain of sand? The wisdom of the Upanishads suggests that this is not just a fanciful idea, but a profound truth about the nature of reality. The infinite exists within the finite, the boundless within the bounded, waiting to be discovered. In our modern world of fast-paced change and apparent fragmentation, the timeless wisdom of the Upanishads offers a refreshing perspective. It reminds us of our inherent unity, our boundless potential, and the profound peace that comes from recognizing our true nature. As we navigate the complexities of our finite existence, may we carry with us this eternal truth, that in our deepest essence we are infinite, we are boundless, we are that.